Hello and one and all, welcome back to another video on Joseph Reviews. Sorry about that. There we go. And welcome back to my Bond film series. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I've done 8 so far, from Dr. No to Live and Let Die. And today I shall be reviewing the ninth Roger Moore Bond book, which is the second Roger Moore Bond film, and that is The Man with the Golden Gun, which is directed by Guy Hamilton, who directed Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, and Live and Let Die. This is his fourth and final Bond film he directs. It stars Roger Moore, like I said, as James Bond. It also stars Brett Eklund as the Bond girl called Mary Goodnight, and you have Christopher Lee, who plays the villain, Francis Scaramanga. And you also have Maud Adams, who's also the other Bond girl in this movie. And like with all my reviews, this is going to be spoilers. You've been warned. Let's talk about this. And so, The Man with the Golden Gun opens up with the usual gun barrel sequence. Has Roger Moore in it. You have the John Williams music. Dun 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 dun. Whenever John Williams is composing a Bond film from here now on until like Timothy Dalton or something. Sorry about the rain. Anyways, you have that. Some gun barrels are going to have that. But yeah, I prefer the Live and Let Die gun barrel sequence. But it's still nice to see the Roger Moore back in the gun barrel once again. Then we open up with Scaramanga, and we all, along with the henchman Knick-Knack, the small henchman. I know, guys, it's raining. Let's just get on with it. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me properly. You see that he has a third nipple, Scaramanga, and then you see this. He's like in this haunted place, whatever it's called. It's not a haunted place. It's not really a scary thing, but sort of like a maze. So if you see Bond's statue shoots Bond's fingers, but it's really a statue. And then you get the title. Yeah, to be honest, it's not really one of the best James Bond songs. The Man with the Golden Gun. But it's not one of the worst. It's not a terrible song, but it's a fine song. But yeah, and we open in MI6 with Bond, who's eventually seen M and everything, and Moneypenny, Lois Maxwell and Bernard Lee are all great, and we get to see Q back, Desmond, because he didn't appear in Live and Let Die, but he does here. And then later on, you see Bond sees this girl, kissing the belly, because there's this sort of little gold belly and everything. And then you get these guys come in. Then you get a fight scene, which I do enjoy fight scenes, but yeah, there's not going to be much to talk about with this one, Man with the Golden Gun. But I'll talk what I can talk about. He's basically at this strip club called Bottoms Up. That's an interesting name for a strip club. Anyways, and then we're introduced to Maud Adams, who is the secondary Bond girl. Adria Andress. Yep, and Maud Adams we see later on as the main Bond girl in Octopussy, who plays the actual character herself, Octopussy. But yes, we'll get to that review hopefully at some point whenever it comes out. Anyways, they're starting to argue like, is hurting her arm and everything. Sometimes Bond is a secret agent, cold-blooded. Really, here it doesn't really work for Roger Moore, because with Sean Connery it does, especially if you remember in From Russia with Love on the train. But with Roger Moore's character, it just doesn't work, really, because he's a very humor Bond, you know, it's supposed to be like the Austin Power years and everything, and it kind of worked for George Lazenby in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, you know, but still. But here it doesn't really work, where Bond is trying to force women to tell what's happening and everything. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it properly, but it is what it is, though. Later on, you see sort of see Bond in this sort of judo taekwondo place, whatever you want to call it. You know, even kick someone in the head, which is pretty interesting and everything. And even goes through a window. It's not really a window, it's sort of plastic, whatever it's called, whenever he sort of escapes, you know, tries to get in the car, but the two Chinese girls refuse to, which is also a little weird. But then Bond gets on the boat, and then we still get to see one of the most annoying characters in this series, Sheriff Pepper, who returns from Live and Let Die to hear the man with the golden gun. I mean, I will say though, he's developed slightly better around here, but he's still a pretty annoying character and all. And you know, really, there's not really much going on. The man with the golden gun, it's just a very boring Bond film, but part of it I can enjoy, you know what I'm saying? Because Live and Let Die does have enjoyable moments, and yes, it does have a couple of issues as well, but this here kind of has more issues, but yeah, in my opinion anyway. But yeah, I don't think this is a bad film, but hey. And we later on you sort of see Mary Goodnight get captured by Scaramanga, and Bond gets in the red car where Sheriff Pepper is, and Sheriff Pepper's like, "Hey, you're that secret agent from England." And yes, then you see get one of the stunt works on this sort of hill and everything. I sure am, boy. Do. And if you can tell, it is ruined by that awkwardly annoying sound effect. Like, I'm sorry if I had to do it. It's ridiculous. Like, couldn't you just added the Bond theme or something for that stunt work? Because that stunt work looks so cool, but just adding that annoying just sound effect, like that is just ridiculous. That I'm like, what? Like, I mean, who? I mean, come on, John Williams. No, sorry, not John. John Barry. Sorry, John Barry. What the hell am I talking about? It would have been interesting if Williams composed Bond. Oh, sorry, guys, I'm losing my words. John Barry, come on, you're a great magician for Bond, but you could have at least added the Bond theme for the really cool stunt work, especially like he done with in the Spy Who Loved Me, because that has a score in its stunt work. But we'll get to that in the next review of Bond. And later on, Sheriff Pepper is captured by the this police and everything, and then you sort of see Bond go on to this island, which is the villain's lair, which is Scaramanga's lair, who, by the way, is a fantastic villain. I mean, it's just a shame that it's just a shame that the actual movie itself wasn't as good. But oh well. At least it was good to have a nice taste of a villain anyway. And then you see Mary Goodnight in her bikini only for the final act of the movie, and then Bond sort of gets a tour around Scaramanga's lair. You know, they have lunch and everything, or dinner where they're having, and then Knick-Knack starts putting them into a duel. You know, Scaramanga and Bond. they start having a duel who to kill, and then they get into the wee little maze sort of place, and Bond wins. Just Bond's wearing the clothes like the statue where it got its fingers off very slowly, and Scaramanga just looks and Bond just shoots, and that is just great. A much better kill than what we got in Live and Let Die, which was ridiculous. But oh well, I mean, it's a lot more campier than the Sean Connery Bond films, because what else do you expect? Some people don't like having to copy other ones, but whatever. And then Bond and Mary Goodnight sort of escape the lair, and they get on this boat, and Knick Knack is there, and Bond eventually puts Knick Knack in a suitcase and puts outside on top of the ship, and that's the man with the golden gun. So overall, guys, the man with the golden gun, as for positives go, by far the biggest positive is by far Christopher Lee as Francisco Scaramanga with the golden gun, the man with the golden gun. Like, he is just an awesome villain. I mean, it would have been nice to have the duel more intense, but still, he's still a great villain to have. He's not as good as, like, I would say Goldfinger or anything, but he's still a great villain nonetheless. The Bond girls are pretty good in here, not the best, but they are pretty good. And it's good to see Roger Moore back, despite some cheesy parts in this film, which leads to the negatives. Which the obvious one is the sound effect that ruins the great stunt work by that do. Like, come on, we don't need to listen to that sound effect. And some scenes that don't really work. So overall, guys, The Man with the Golden Gun is not a great Bond film, but it's not bad either. I would say it's okay. I mean, I would say in terms of Guy Hamilton directed Bond films, I would say Goldfinger's the best, then Live and Let Die, then Man with the Golden Gun, and then Diamonds Are Forever would be his weakest. But that's my opinion anyway. So overall, guys, Man with the Golden Gun isn't one of the very best Bond films. It's just kind of boring in some places, but there are some good moments as well. I can watch this part of the series, but if it's ever on TV, why not? I can watch it. I like certain parts of it. I would say this film is fine, okay. I don't hate this like some other people do, but I think it's fine nonetheless. And okay, so on my rating scale, I am going to give The Man with the Golden Gun a 6 out of 10. Alrighty guys, that was my review on The Man with the Golden Gun. Comment down below, let me know guys, what are your thoughts on The Man with the Golden Gun? Do you prefer it to Live and Let Die? Do you prefer Live and Let Die? Let me know below in the comments. Where do you rank it with the Bond films? Let me know below. Do you love it? Do you think it's okay? Do you hate it? Let me know below in the comments. And stay tuned for my next Bond review, which shall be The Spy Who Loved Me. And guys, I am hopefully going to see more movies at some point, like Hobbs and Shaw. I haven't got to watch that yet. I've been very busy. Yes, I am busy now because I'm going to college soon. So whenever I see Hobbs and Shaw, I will hopefully at some point get a review of it up. And I'm also going on holiday, guys, so I'll do a live stream about that at some point. But as always, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. All my social media links are in the description down below. Notify the bell before you leave. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you guys then, and peace.